Hello everybody, welcome back to Fallout 4 Building in Vanilla. Yes, we are building in a modded location, but using only vanilla methods and building parts. So, pillar glitch, rug glitch, the whole 9 yards, that's what we're doing. We are here at the Wicked Shipping Fleet, and I did some tinkering between the last episode and this episode because I wasn't feeling the meshing that I needed to feel in order to get the build going. I was feeling like it was so disjointed, I didn't know whether or not I was going to be able to get it looking right. So, I took a couple of hours after the last recording and tinkered around with some of the textures and some of the building pieces to try and get it to look better so that I can move on with the build and not feel... Hi, Longfeather. Longfeather! Yeah, Longfeather. You have a new name. Longfellow. You're not in the fog, sir. Okay, I did a little bit of texturing here. I added some assets in to, try and make it look a little bit better. I realized, whenever I did the last build, I took that character and went and did the missions for the, to get the whole trading caravan area. I didn't do it with my main character, so this character does not have the ability to make the caravan spot, which sucks. Because that means I don't have to do the missions again. But this time I need to remember to do it with the main character and not the build character that's an offshoot of my main character. So, there's not going to be a build caravan spot, it's just going to have to be this and the little trough to kind of give it the idea of that's why it's... But that's why I'm not using it. Otherwise I would just rug glitch it over there and it would work. But, I did all of the texturing in here. I'm not sure precisely what all I showed in the last video, so we're going to walk around and just take a quick look at it. What time of day is it? Is it becoming day, or is it going dark? I don't know. And now it's foggy. Hey Longfellow, it's foggy! I bet you appreciate that, right? Okay, so back from the beginning. Okay, I thought my graphics card was going to start doing the windy up thing, but no, this one doesn't usually do it. Okay. I don't know. Maybe I need to give it an ice pack or something. Anyway. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's wound up. My poor graphics card. Anyway, I put in the steps. This particular piece, I just sunk it in because if you'll remember, this floor allows you to sink in with the pillars, so it was pretty easy to get that one over there. And I sunk in a wall. What else did I do? I don't remember what I showed in the last video and what I did afterwards. Like I put some pillars in where it felt like it needed supports. I textured that up and tried to hide the base of that thing. It did okay unless you really, really study it. I mean, like, it's obvious that pole is going straight into that box, which is weird, but we're not going to look at it that close. We're not going to study that at all. And then I've got the texturing under here. And I haven't done anything with this yet. I don't know if I will. I might put a couple of pillars underneath there, but I'm not sure it actually needs anything other than that. And then I added in a way for people to stand here and possibly... Well, first off, for it to catch anything that might fall off, I might put a... I don't know, maybe a guardrail right here to keep things on there, but basically this is where the person who works on this side would be standing. And then a guard area over here, so they can look out on this side. Very, very basic. It was a bit of a pain working in this particular area because, well, it just, nothing wanted to try and fit the way I wanted it to, so it took a bit of finagling, and of course, if I needed to pillar glitch it, I had to go all the way over there because it would attach to stuff over here. It was a long, long process, but I got it done. And why is it foggy? Can I rest for an hour and it not be foggy? Is it still it's still foggy. Longfellow, you did this by mentioning the fog, sir. Okay, so today I want to work on something different. This is... I'm going to let this area rest for a second because I need it to be open enough to whatever I build over here needs to kind of blend back into that. So it's like you've got the texture on one side, then you've got the texture on the other side, and throughout the build the textures need to merge into one building. And I don't know if the other parts of these builds are going to have any different types of textures. I'm going to need to blend into that. like a canvas. You gotta blend everything and blur everything and make things look foggy. How about we go over here and work on the robotics area? This is an interesting spot, right? Not really. It's not interesting yet. We need some ideas. Okay, if I was a robot, what would I need? Nothing. Oil. Electricity. Well, that's actually a good point. It needs oil and electricity. They need to recharge, right? Or do most of them run on the nuclear power? I think they run on the nuclear power. So they don't actually need recharging. They would just need their stuff oiled every now and then. Can we make them a lubrication shower? Can you imagine a robot in there just like singing while it's lubricating? Oh. You know, we're not gonna go there. Okay, so let's try something here. Yeah, there's no power. Scrap. And I think I want to move that. I would like to leave that in if at all possible, if I can get this thing to work around it. So does this area need a floor? It would be nice if I could fit a floor in here. Whoa. It would be nice if I could fit a floor. Why won't you sit anywhere but there? Okay, can I get a floor in here is the question. I mean, yeah, sure. It's nice to know in case you don't actually need one, but it would be cool. Get a nice clean look in this area, you know? And the fine-tuning of this thing here. Okay, let's try this side and see if I can get it to line up to the wall. Okay. I do so many clicking of keys whenever I'm playing this. Okay, that went into the wall just a little bit. Okay. Can I get it to turn just a hair? Okay, and it's still a little bit crooked, and while it doesn't really matter here, oddly enough, by the time, well, it's exponentially crooked if you leave it like that, because by the time you get to the end, there'll be like a huge gap, and it'll look ridiculous. Okay, so we got that thing going on. It's not gonna do it. Now, is this an opportunity where I could put two together and then sink both of them into the floor? I mean, would that work better? I'm not sure, and I kind of want to check just to be sure. Here, just sit right there. You can go over there. Okay. Alright, I don't think you're going to do it. Didn't figure you would, but it's so close to being the proper size, you know? And I don't think the only other method is going to work either. Could you? What is over here that is oh, is that it? What is that? That's bug guts, right? Is there something else over here? Because that should... Oh. There's the other blade board. No idea what that was. Alright. The only other method that I can think of is possibly to take this, and I don't think this is going to work, but there's always the chance, if I can get it to where it's just right here, some buildings allow it to clip onto the other side. Why it works, I don't know, but sometimes they do. Alright, and this is definitely not one of them. Alright. So that leaves us with a couple of options. Partial floors. Let me see. Let me borrow this. If we were to set this in, and possibly do this about the center. Like that, and then do... Alright, you're not going to clip there, but you will fit there, which means I've got a little bit more play on this side. there, and not gonna clip there. Now, is this because there's a thing over here? I don't think so. I think this just needs to be a little bit more even. Okay, let's check and get this into place. Let's make sure this isn't going to work before we give up on the option. What's going on there? You sit right against the... Oh. Well, that's a thing, isn't it? You're okay with moving off to the side. You do not like the center. But why? Okay, so we do it a different way. We put the side piece in first and see if that works. Like that. It's pretty level. We put that one in. Will the next one go in? Nope, there is just not enough room. Okay, there is one more thing I can do. That particular piece is not necessarily very spongy, but it's a little bit spongier than a lot of the other pieces, and I don't know why I'm getting frame drops. The recording looks okay, so I'm just going to keep running with it. It looks like this is one of those things I'm seeing but may not show up in the recording. I think my computer's about had it with me. Thankfully, there's nothing else for it to catch onto. Okay, that went in. Okay. Now will you go in? Nope. Nope. Can I shove that thing over a little bit more? Is there anything over here that would stop it from actually going in? Let me just go over it with my cursor to make sure there's not a scrappable that fell into the ground, because that stopped me before. Want more fine motor controls here. Okay, I'm not sure if that's any closer or not. And I also don't know if I elevate it more, if it would allow for more room or not. But anyway, let's try this again. No. Just not gonna do it. I could probably sink this one in, maybe. And perhaps if I get some stuff, another snap point, I might be able to get it to work with me. You are just not okay. You just... something about that corner. You don't like that corner at all. Okay. There's something about that corner you don't like. I don't see a scrappable out here either. That's a really good question. Okay. So, one more thing to try would be these, because sometimes they'll go in where others won't. And it might tell me where it's having a problem clipping. It's just too far in, and this will not go over any further. Okay. What if I was to elevate it a little bit? Is there a little bit more play a little higher up? Like right there. Now, this is going to completely mess up the doorway, but I'm kind of curious now. I want to see whether or not it's this particular building. I want to... Oh! See, that will work. Is that straight, though? that works. And it looks very supported just because of the walls. Huh. Alright. Well, see, now I have to get rid of that. Because I want to do 2 platforms there. Like these. And then... like that. And yeah, you're gonna have to go. And like that. Okay, and that's where this thing can sit, right? Like it's not gonna be too tall? I kinda want it off to the side a little bit. Could you work with me, please? How's about this way? It's like the center of the building. There's just something about the center of the building that does not like things to work with it. Okay, and then that sits there. Now what? Need a bridge up to it. Not a bridge, but stairs. You know, the other thing that works that way. And... should it be stairs, or have this like sectioned off as a... you're not going to go through that. Huh. That's awful weird. You don't want to snap to any of this. Makes me wonder what's underneath the ground here that it won't allow it to sink a little bit more. Just to give it a different kind of texture instead of using the stairs that I used earlier. Let's try and make sure they're straight and shoved against the wall so they don't interfere with any clipping going on later on. Okay, how does that look? Okay. Okay, and then I want... can I get these? Yes. So... let's do... no. That. And that. And I need a wood one that I need to cycle everything out. Did I do that whenever I was playing around with this? Did I cycle some of the pieces out? Which ones am I using? Because there is such thing as having too much texture. Yeah, it's those. Those are the ones that fit just about everywhere I needed them to. So that's the one I'm going to continue to use. I'm going to use the scaffolding things and the solid piece of the wood ones to try and make it feel like the textures blend a bit. Instead of looking so bad, it's like 20 different carpenters who didn't know what they were doing all contributed. Yeah. You know what? I don't like you there. I want to be able to see the platform. And you're not going to go there. Or at least you're not going to go there unless I force you to go there, right? Because we can do this, right? Okay, come on. I'm getting stuck on stuff. Let's not do that. Okay, whoa. Ah, God, computer controls for this building stuff is just... you can tell they expected the console players to play this more than PC people. They didn't put any fine-tooth, you know, like... whenever you hit the button, you move a certain distance. You don't have, like, a guide. You can't slowly hit it to slowly move a little bit. And there's certain buttons they just simply didn't give us. That's cricket. And you know what? I'm okay with it because this is a rickety town. So, yeah, I like that better because now you can actually see it. And it's going to require some better lighting. Okay, so... and let's see. Lubrication shower, huh? Lubrication shower. Well, they're not going to need privacy. So I could use a, what is it, a conduit? You know, the one that's got the little top thing to it? I say as I just do like this because I don't know what it's called. It's got this, power radiator. Huh. You know, that actually might work because they'd be charging while they're showering, but does it make sense that water would come out of the same thing? You know what? If they need a recharge, maybe they use that. And if they need lubrication, they use... That's a conduit. Conduit light. You know, it just might just have that one piece. Let's see if there's anything else in here that looks like it could use for water. I mean, it would technically be a light, but if I can make it look like it's for water. There they are. Daggum. I was sitting here looking for this stuff and I couldn't find it. That's the one I was looking for. Yeah, just stay right there, and then I need... What is it, this one? And this one allows it to pass through a wall. I wish it did have like a snap point-ish kind of thing. That way I could get it to... Okay, we got both of those. Yeah, it's gonna have to be on this side, so... Right there. Right there. And how much extra room is that giving us? Okay, how's it look on the outside? I don't know, I can't see it. In order for me to actually run power to those things and stuff, it's gonna have to... I really wish it turned over the other way, you know? Because now they look exactly the same. Oh, no they don't. Okay. Good, 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 good. So that one is running off of battery. That one is... I mean, they're both the same thing, but one's for lubricating them and one's for recharging them. Yeah! That's what we are doing there. And then we need a... Did I leave one of the floors out here? I don't think I did. Okay, so we need... 2 separate floors? I mean, technically the robots are pretty big, so you would figure they would kind of need their own... Don't do that. Nope. Okay, well, let's do this, because you're going to continue to snap to weird places, and I don't want you doing that. I have a specific idea in mind, and why I decided to come up with a lubricating shower for a robot, I don't know. But it's a thing now. And guess what that means? That means you're going to go where I want you to go. Okay, make sure. There we go. And that's just the drain, and it kind of recycles the lubricant and stuff, you know? Can't waste lubricant. It's not like it needs to be sanitary. These guys are robots, right? I actually kind of want a gap in between these two boards, so you can definitely tell they're 2 separate things. There we go. 2 separate things. And then some tables. Some tables. Work tables. I need some work tables, man. Not an overseer's desk. I need, like, something like this up here, because this is going to be, like, the work area for the person who's creating them. You cannot have robots making other robots. I don't know how many times people have been told in the past you can't do that. That's not a thing that you need to do. And where's the other one? Because these actually show up pretty well. We can put this one in between. Like right here. Come on, come on, come on! Like this. I feel like this power conduit needs to go over just a little bit more, because it's not really central. I'm surprised you allowed me to move you. Oh. Floating! Okay, that works. And... we put a table here. Like this. And I feel like there needs to be another table over here. That'll work. Do we use the same table or a different table? That'll work. And put it right there. Alright. And this thing needs some wall decorations and stuff, so... I hate to go ahead and do this, but I have found that I like to wait until the end to decorate the walls, and sometimes it just makes it so incredibly difficult because everything is in the way that I've already placed in the building. And I don't want to move anything because by then I've already done, like, electrical? Because I've already done things like rug glitches and stuff like that. And plumbing. I mean, I guess for a robot, the lubrication would be the plumbing, right? Okay, and in general, no humans need to use this. It's just not a good idea. Okay, let's put plenty of signs so we can be OSHA approved. We don't want anybody else using... Can I get this thing to sit on here? I mean, I might be able to if I moved it. I just want to know whether or not there's actually a surface where it allows you to put it on there. Probably not. Ah! There we go. It doesn't need to be a ton of decoration in here. It just needs to be useful. Though there does need to be, like, signs on the outside. Caution hazardous, and... which one is that? Washing hands? No. They don't really care if you wash your hands. Wow, tools! Electrical... Okay. Restricted area. Yeah. I don't want everybody going in here. Okay, and it's getting dark again, so let me run and rest. There we go. There we go. Alright, so this is what we have so far today. I'm going to keep these videos on the short side. I hate to do this or start doing this, but as I'm uploading more during the week, I need to shorten the videos so upload time isn't as long. It's taking me 3 hours to upload hour-long videos. So I'm going to shorten them, but I'm going to try and include more videos and make sure I don't skip them. If it winds up being like it takes an hour to try and upload and for some reason it fails, then that means I have to wait to upload that video the next day, and I'm kind of sick of doing that, so I'm going to try and keep these like little tidbits, each little section as a little tidbit of information and what I'm working on. But right now, this is the robot area as it stands. It needs lights. It's going to need a little bit more decoration, like it needs... Hi, Longfellow. It does not need you. You can go away now. It needs like toolboxes and electrical stuff and things like that. And probably doors. Doors would be a good idea. I think in the next video, we're going to work on the merchant area. That way we can get that going. And I'm kind of thinking this place needs a layover area. It doesn't need to be big, and I always say that it doesn't need to be big, and it winds up being big anyway. But say you're from another settlement outside the wasteland, say Capital City sends a convoy out to, I don't know, get some robots. Or whatever's being manufactured here, because this system is actually pretty easy to change out. Say, they get an order for, I don't know, what would they get an order for? Say their first order is food. They can send all the food through. Now this is the wasteland. They're not going to care what the CDC and the FDA thinks. So there's not going to be like a regulatory system saying you can't make one day food and then there's some kind of radioactive something or another that you're going to send off. Who's regulating that? Nobody's regulating that. You think the robots are going to care? Nope. And probably the person in charge of this area is not going to care either. So the owner of this establishment, because it's kind of changing the lore of the area as the way I feel it. The owner of the establishment needs to have a nice area. And there needs to be a couple of low-key buildings or something for people to sleep in before they head back out. Not even full rooms, maybe just like some lean-tos with a roof over their head or something like that, because the guy that owns the Wicked shipping fleet is not going to care, really. He's just going to be like, okay, I'll charge you this much, and you can stay here with the safety of all of my robots around you, and you can sleep without having to worry about the dangers of the wasteland. Or You could go out there and worry about the dangers of the wasteland and possibly not come back and sell me anything next season. So do you want this creepy little lean-to where all you're doing is sleeping on the floor? Most of them would say yes, just because there is the security of the robots. They don't have to stay awake all night. Can you imagine sleeping out on the road? And always having to have like one eye open for bad guys. Always one eye open because you can be attacked at any time. There's creatures out there that want to eat your face. I just freaked myself out a little bit. Yep. I don't want to go back out there. So we're going to build ourselves a robot army in here to take care of visitors. Okay, I feel like after doing some of the texturing and getting some of this stuff to where it actually felt like it was supposed to be in here, because just the concept that these things were sitting over here floating triggered me. They were just sitting over here floating. No reason, no rhyme, floating over here because all of it snapped together. But until I actually got that to where it felt like it belonged, I had the biggest building block ever, like writer's block, but it was building block, and I couldn't get past it. So after fixing that, it's like, okay, now I'm starting to get a feel for the place. This place is going to be a legitimately big build, but for a specific purpose. And after this build, I want to go back to a vanilla location and build there, and then I want to go back and check out the other location that this mod author has opened up for us to build in. So there's going to be a break from the modded location to go back to a vanilla location. That way people who are not really interested in seeing me build in a location where they can't actually build, it will be alright. It won't be such a bad deal. I mean, the building techniques you're learning here can be used in vanilla locations. That's the whole point in me building this way. That, and I just cannot be bothered to keep up with the 5,000 updates to Fallout 4 to try and get the Place Everywhere mod again. It pisses me off to have to constantly update stuff. And since they have the creation kit, there is always updates going on this game. So Build Everywhere is just, in my opinion, more trouble than it's worth when there's other ways to build. It does save a bit of time during the building process, but my brain cannot handle 5,000 updates to a system. But anyway, that is going to be it. It's just a bit of a ramble there, wasn't I? I was just hating on all of that. Mostly on Bethesda for constantly updating a game that should have been done updating ages ago. Anyway, I'll see you next time. You have a wonderful day, a wonderful night, and you stay shiny.